This is the third and the last video of the series Coordinate Geometry. In this video, we'll be looking at more examples and we'll learn how to apply these different equations that we have. Let's look at another example here. Now, from this image, let us try to identify the equation of line BC. This line right here. Coordinates of C, that would be minus 15, comma 10. Because this is minus 10, this is minus 30, this is minus 15, minus 20, minus 25, minus 30. It increases by 5. So we have that. Now over here we have minus 30, comma minus 20. Now we know that. Let us try to identify the best method to use over here. We can rule out double intercept form as we don't have both the x and y intercept for this line. We're left with two methods, and those are slope intercept and point slope form. We can use any of these two formulas to find the value. For the sake of learning, let us use both. But before using any of those, you need to notice that both of them would require you to know the slope. So we need to find the slope first. We'll start with slope y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Let's also assign this, let's say this is x2, this is y2, this is x1, this is y1. So it will be 10 minus 20 divided by minus 15 minus 30. That would give us 30 by 15. That's 2. Our slope is 2. Slope is 2. Now that we have that value, let's use the slope intercept form first. Slope intercept form. That's y equals mx plus c. We need one set of coordinates, so let's just take let's see, 10 and minus 15. So 10 equals 2 into minus 15 plus c. So 10 equals minus 30 plus c. We need to find out what is c. So if we move 30 to this side, it's 10 plus 30 equals c. So it's 40 equals c. Now c is 40. So we just need to plug in the values now. X and y, we are going to leave it like that. Y equals 2x plus c. I told you already, in the slope intercept form, y and x, you're just going to leave it. The one set, you're just going to leave it. When finding it, you can use it at last when you're presenting your answer in slope intercept. You just want to give the slope, give me 1 second, it's 2x plus 40. You just want to give the slope value and your c value, that is your y intercept. Let us convert this to the standard form. A standard form is ax plus by equals c, right? So let us take 40 to this side. Y minus 40 equals 2x. So minus 40 equals 2x minus y. So 2x minus y equals minus 40. Simple. We got it in an standard form. Now let's use a point slope form for this question. The point slope form is y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. So first let us take these two values. It doesn't matter if that you have to take this. You can take one set of coordinates. It can be this, even though we have named it y2. Y minus 10 equals 2x minus 15. B 2x, that will be 2x plus 30. Y minus 10, so y equals 2x plus 30 plus 10. That's y equals 2x plus 40. If you notice, this is actually in the slope intercept form. Slope intercept and final slope form give you this kind of an answer. We just have to follow the same steps to convert this into standard form. Y minus 40 equals 2x minus 40 equals 2x minus y. 2x minus y equals minus 40. This follows ax by. You may say, where is b? B is just 1 minus 1. Doesn't make a difference, right? So we have ax by and we have our c value over here. Let us look at another example. This is going to be a long question. There are many sub-questions to this. First, we have to find the slope of the ladder, this ladder. And before that, I would like to make a small change, 1.25. Find the slope of the ladder, right? I want you to try pausing the video and do it yourself. Okay, now I will show you how to do this. It's fairly simple. Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Let us say these values are x2, y2, x1, y1. So it's going to be 2 minus 0 divided by 1.25 minus 2.5. That's going to give 2 by minus 1.5, so minus 1.25. And that gives your slope as minus 1.6. So minus 1.6 is our slope. Now the next question is find the equation of the ladder. Find the equation of line of the ladder. Again, pause the video and try it yourself. Welcome back. Now I'll tell you how to do this. For this equation of line, we can use anything, any form, it's not a problem. Either we can use slope intercept or point slope form. I'm just gonna use slope intercept form. I like using this more. Y equals mx plus c. So it will be 2 equals minus 1.6 into 1.25. I'm taking these two as x and y values plus c. So that will give you minus 2 plus c. So 4 equals your c. Now that we know the value of c, we can write the equation of line y equals 2x plus 4. This is in the slope intercept form. We can convert this into standard form too. So to do that, we are going, sorry, no, has to be, just erase this, has to be minus 1.6, this 1.6x plus 4. Let us do this minus 1.6x. So doing that, let's take y to the other side, minus 1.6x minus y minus 1.6x minus y equals minus 4. We'll probably end it at this step, but that's not going to be right. Because all the values over here, this value, this value, this value, needs to be an integer. And the value of a has to be a positive integer. So this is not a positive integer. This is not an integer for us because it's a decimal. And it's not a positive integer. So what can we do to remove this? We had to multiply this value by a certain value, multiply the entire equation. That would be minus 10. Because minus 1.6 into minus 10 is going to give you 16. So minus 10 minus 1.6x minus y equals minus 10 comma minus y. 16x plus 10y equals 40. Now all the conditions I said are satisfied. All the three values are integers and this is a positive integer. This looks much better and nice than this, right? Because of this minus 1.6, this looks a little bit better. Now let's graph this on the website and see if we get this exact line. 16x plus 10y equals 40. 16x plus 10y equals 40. Let's add in this intersection on this intersection. That's right. 2.5 comma 0 and this, and it comes on 0. We don't know that value, but now we know it's 4. So equation of the line, we have gotten it. So now we need to determine the point of the coordinate A and the wall. We probably know it from the website, but we need to find it using math. our C is determine the coordinates of point A. This is a little different because normally we have the two endpoint values, so basically A and B, and then we find this value. But over here we have one endpoint and one midpoint. We have to find the other endpoint. To do this, we just have to change the subject of the formula. So first we have x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Both of these, let's treat them like different things because it's separated by a comma. The x value, we know that 2.5 is added to some value. We don't know what value, that is some value. And that divided by 2 is giving you 1.25, right? Because this is our answer. We have an answer, but we don't have this value. We're adding 2.5 to something and dividing it by 2 to get this. So we'll write it like this. And the same goes over here. Adding 0 to something divided by 2, it's giving you 2. So we need to make the x and the y the subject of the formula and find our answer. By that, I mean do this. Move 2 to the right side. That's gonna give us 2.5. So x equals 2.5 minus 2.5. So x of the a of x would be 0. Now let us do the same over here. 0.y equals 2 into 2, 4. So y equals 4 minus 0, y equals 4. So the coordinate of A is 0, comma 4. It is 0, comma 4. Done. Now this is done. Now we are gonna look at something else that's gonna teach us more properties of lines. Now the question for you is, another ladder is placed at the center of this ladder in such a way that it reaches the window of the adjacent building. Both the ladders are at 90 degrees to each other. Calculate the equation of line of the second ladder in general form. General form is basically your standard form. So they're saying, so we have a new ladder placed at the center. So at this point, in such a way that it reaches adjacent building and it's at 90 degrees to this. We have to use this information to find its equation of line. Second ladder I'll just do this again. Second ladder, right? So we know that one coordinate of this is 1.25 and 2. But to find slope, we need 2, right? 2 sets of coordinates. What do we do? That's why I told you we're going to learn about some properties. Um, the property is that the new ladder is perpendicular to the old ladder. That we need to focus on that. This basically means the negative reciprocal of the old ladder will be the slope of the new ladder. When two lines are perpendicular, when you know one slope, the negative reciprocal of that is going to be the other slope. So our slope here for the previous one we got was minus 1.6. So it will basically be slope minus 1 by minus 1.6. That is basically 0.625. With this, we have to find the equation of line. This time, let's use point slope form. We can use both the point slope and the slope intercept. But last time we used slope intercept. This time let's use point slope. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Y minus 2, I'm taking these values because that's the only thing we know. The only value we know, but we know a slope. The slope, let's convert it into fraction. 0.6285 is basically 5 by 8. X minus 1.25. So it will be y equals 5 by 8. X minus, first we need to actually, we forgot a step. Y minus 2 equals 5 by 8x. And then minus 6.25 by 8. Just need to multiply these two. Now let's move 2 to this side. 5 by 8x minus 6.25 by 8 plus 2. Then say 2 by 1. Now we need to add this fraction. Just get a common denominator. We'll just do into 8 into 8. That's gonna be 5 by 8x minus 6.25 plus 16 by 8. That will give us 5 by 8x plus 9.75 by 8. I hope you're following me. So if we move this side by 8 equals 5 by 8x. That's what we have. Now after we get this, we need to move y to the other side as usual. Equals 5 by 8x minus y. So 5 by 8x minus y equals minus 9.75 by 8. That's the value we are going to get, right? Yeah. But again, as I told you before, this is in fraction form, this also in fraction form. They need to be integers and the value of a has to be a positive integer. So we are going to multiply this entire equation by 8 first to get rid of this 8. So 8 into 5 by 8 x minus y equals 8 into minus 9.75 5 by 8, right? So first we cancel out this a. So 5x minus 8y is gonna give us minus 9.75. Simple. Or we can actually Just multiply this, and then if you bring it to its simplest form, it would be 39 by 4. And then let's multiply this by 4. 4 5x minus 8y. I'm just showing you this to show you that you can do it more than once to get rid of as many values as possible. 20x minus 32y equals minus 39. We made a mistake. We need to put minus over here. So it's minus 39. You need to be very mindful of what I just did right now. Because if you put 39 instead of minus 39, your answer would be completely wrong. Let us put this new line and see how it comes. 20x minus 32y equals minus 39. 20x minus 32y equals minus 39. Let us take a look at this exact point. On 0.25 comma 2, we know that's the value we have over here. In this image, 1.25 comma 2. That means our equation of line is correct. We have represented it in an accepted form. Let me give you a table with all the formulas that you can refer to it. These are all the formulas we have referred to in the video. A slope formula, midpoint formula, distance formula, slope intercept, point slope, and double intercept. This is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to our channel and like the video.